video in my car again. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back if you have. My intention is benevolence for all and alignment with the highest levels of love light. I do these videos in my car. I get a lot of downloads and activations when I drive, and today is no different, so I'm just going to kind of go with that. Taking a deep breath in and a long exhale. Forgot my microphone. We are in a new phase of development, and as this development unfolds, as this develops into a flowering, budding frequency, and they're showing me different flower formations. Are we in a bud? Like a butterfly? Is it a flower? Is it withered? Focusing, focalizing, recognizing what stage of development we are in these activations, in these frequencies, will assist us in recognizing which steps we need to take. We speak not of being present, the present moment, for as things unfold, we will all automatically, I'm hearing the word alter and automatic at the same time, automatically, we will alter our course to fall in line with what we are feeling in that moment. And they're saying feline. So cats are a great teacher. If you guys have cats, I love cats. I don't have cats, but I used to. And they're just present. If they feel like laying in the sun, they lay in the sun. They are sensitive. They are using their extrasensory abilities. And when we tune in and use our extrasensory abilities, it allows us to know what's next. As we get into the habit, and they're showing me the word habit, like wearing something comfortably. So, living in our new way, being in our new way of living from moment to moment. Not like, so they're showing me it's like our habit, our suit, our writing habit. Like what we use, what we're utilizing in order to, and they're showing me horses. So what we decide to make our habitual patterns, what we decide to habitually connect with, what we decide to put on, and they're showing me like happy face, sad face, makeup, as well as our writing habits, our habits. And as I look at this, there's a giant cat on the back of this car, like big. As I just am thinking about feline, and I think there's what Fraulein, feline, and aquiline. Is that the horse? Either way, as we come into this new way of being, we will then form new patterns. New activations will then present themselves in a new way of being. So they keep saying this a lot because what they're inviting us, what they've invited me to do. So for example, I'll be eventually at some point teaching this in a workshop form. And so that's in the works. But when I work with beautiful light workers in sessions, sometimes people are at that stage where they don't feel like things are changing in their lives. And I'm here to share that they are. We just aren't aware of them most of the time. So part of what I do is assist others in recognizing those changes, recognizing and utilizing certain types of activities that help us to stay in alignment, to stay in synchronization, to stay in these frequencies, or to recognize when they're coming in our lives. So what they're showing me, how do we flow? How do we choose to ride the power? Horses represent power that is coming to us. Are we choosing to put on the appropriate uniform in order to jump in the race? Or are we choosing to ride it out? And none of it is wrong. None of it is right. It just is. And so we get into this alignment, and they keep showing me right angles, like 90-degree turns, literally changing the angle in which we are viewing things from, changing the angle in which we are trying to connect with spirit even, or source, or a higher self, can be of assistance or service. So when we're in flow, for example, I'm being guided to share my story about synchronicity. I recognize that there are some activations and downloads happening. So when I arrive at my house, I plan on sitting outside and sitting down and writing for 10 minutes even about what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, because it then cements it in, or creates a habit, or brings into reality or the physical from the ether, from my imagination, from the other world into this world. And it makes it more real, and I then cognize it, or see it in my view. And it allows me to see it from multiple angles. I share that because, and I was reminded of this. I was hearing the word yesterday, Gloria. Da, 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 da. I don't know all the words. I only know the word Gloria. But glory was coming through. And then I posted on Instagram another glorious day. And I thought, okay, this is obviously symbolic. I looked it up. I will share all the things that came through for the different meanings. But we're glorifying something. And it's not this idea of doing something for glory. That is not the meaning. Why are we doing it? It's about finding glory. Finding, it's like grace. I know those are not interchangeable words, but that's how I'm seeing it. Like, it's finding this excitement and celebration, and really being excited about the changes that are happening, and not getting hung up on the little things that don't seem like they're happening, or even the big things that don't seem like they're changing. Oh, turtle. I hope he makes it. Alright, so I had to pause that. I officially have a turtle that I just rescued from the road, and we're gonna redeposit him someplace safe. He almost got hit. It's a good day. Any day you can rescue a turtle, it's a good day. He's trying to get out of my back of my car. So being present, lots of cool things can happen when we're present. Lots of activations and downloads coming through. What are we putting on that doesn't fit us anymore? Are we following our guidance team? I'm going to go home and follow my path of Gloria. And what I was going to share is, ironically, turtle mission accomplished. So Gloria, I'm in finding this flow, and I kind of forgot about it. I went to go run a few errands a minute ago, and I'm in line getting ready to check out, and the girl in front of me checking me out yells across the thing, Gloria! And the other girl yells, Gloria! This is the kind of stuff that happens when you're in flow. And so I was, note to the universe, this is how it works. Thank you for sharing that. I am aware. And just those little things is where the magic comes into place. I get a lot of people I work with that they don't necessarily see that as magic. I do. I see that as a huge interaction with the universe. I see it as magical. I see it as it's ordinary for me, but it's out of what one would refer to as ordinary. I'm parked. And so I'm constantly being invited to check back in with spirit, check back in with source, check back in with how I'm feeling, and recognize that I don't have to sit here and figure out exactly all the details of what Gloria represents, but it holds a vibration, it holds a key, it holds a frequency, and it keeps me aware that it isn't just, it's not magical. You know, I had a pretty ordinary day, but my ordinary days are always magical. And if I didn't stop to recognize that, I feel like that happens a lot with some of us. We get so wrapped up in what our expectations are, how magic should look, that we forget that everything can be magical if think about a child, right? Everything's magical to a child because they're in that amazement of everything. They really recognize that everything is fresh and new. And what if we were like that all of the time? And not to say that I am like that all of the time, but I certainly am more like that than I was many years ago when I was basically stuck in 3D mentality, right? So we're being invited to put on our riding outfits and get ready to jump. And if we're not ready, the message that I keep getting is the universe is moving, it's expanding. We aren't meant to be stagnant. When we are stagnant, when we are not moving or flowing, and this doesn't have to be, it can be moving into stillness. It doesn't mean that old way of go, 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 must do this to get here, must have this certain amount of hours put in order to receive. It doesn't work that way anymore. We're being invited to blow the doors off that wide open and just recognize that things are different, and let's just go with the flow a little bit. So I just wanted to share that in the flow message, and I'll probably get ready to do another video in a minute after I sit outside in the sun for 10 minutes and write down some of the things that were coming through. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sharing this now moment. Have fun getting on horseback, following these intuitions and all these breadcrumbs. Have fun creating. And in love and light, guys. Namaste.